outside the ring. Might go into the ring. Inside.
About what? Koala. Yeah, Kudla. Super easy.
Oh, there's still a few problems. I think we'll be good to go before the puck drop. Yeah. If we have to use one camera, so be it.
Brought to you by Champion Auto Glass. Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes. And CD Dodd, scrap metal recyclers.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 1 of the 2020 IHWA Premier League Grand Final Series. It is the Flyers Blue who finished on top of the ladder, doing battle with the Blackhawks in third place after the regular games. Paul Persick with you as always. It's a great pleasure to have your company. And at last, this man is back. We've missed you in the box. Luke Worthington, thank you for joining us. How good is it to be back on an ice rink on a Friday night? And what's better, a grand final series?
Thanks, Paul. Great to be here. And yeah, the timing's perfect. The two best teams in the league are here. They both deserve to be here. The Blackhawks had to squeak out a tough win over Flyers Orange to get into this one. Flyers Blue, we knew they were going to be here the whole time. So let's see how they go up against each other.
Of course, we'll have Chris Katsopoulos chipping in during the game as well, assistant coach for the Perth Thunder in the Australian Ice Hockey League, as the teams are about to line up for the national anthem by centre ice to kick things off. Of course, Paul McCann, president of IHWA for this grand final, will be a part of it as well. What's going to be a huge game. The Flyers Blue defeating the Sharks soundly in the first semi-final 6-0. And the Flyers Orange, as Luke said, led early but fell apart against the Blackhawks, scoreline being 4-3. As we'll get to Paul McCann, the president of IHWA, who's going to sing the national anthem for us ahead of this first game in the grand final series. We hope you could join us on front row screens. And IHWA, CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Champions Auto Glass supporting, the power plays. We're now at centre ice. Captain's coming out now for the toss of the coin. Richard Lamb for the Blues. Who's going to get that puck first for the draw of the puck down at centre ice? It's going to be Lamb that's going to win it, and they'll get first use of it. Of course, the captain, Casey Minson for the Blackhawks. And the teams are just about to get themselves set. Luke Worthington here in the commentary box with Paul Persick. Experience is going to be the key here because the Blackhawks have got a good split of Perth Thunder players, as well have the Flyers Blues. So experience in this series is going to be huge in this game.
A couple of Thunder players on the Blackhawks. What I think may be missing from them is the fact that they have not played on this ice rink yet this calendar year, and perhaps we're just about to go down for the national anthem.
Good round of applause from the crowd that is here tonight. A good atmosphere here at the Perth Ice Arena, ready for Game 1 of this best-of-3 grand final series. Of course, the first game being played tonight here at Perth. Game 2 is in Coburn, and Game 3, if necessary, will also be in Coburn as well. Look, the path to these teams achieving the grand final was in similar fortunes for both of these teams. The Flyers Blue, they finished on top spot on the ladder. They finished with 12 wins and 2 losses and a draw, and amazingly, during the regular season with a positive goal difference of 55, they scored 99 goals in the regular season, added 6 to that, 105 across the season. They are a big scoring team.
This was the best team in the regular season, and they can score a number of ways. That's the best thing about them. They can score with speed, they can score with skill, and they can score in dirty areas. This is going to be the first time that I see the Blackhawks tonight. I'm going to expect them to be a hard, physical team with skill, just like Flyers Orange. Exactly the same. Strong on defense and hard and physical up front.
Well, that's what won them the semi-final against the Flyers Orange, especially in that burst in the second period where they scored 2 goals and they had players like Cuthbert, Woodman and McMahon making good contributions. But also, what's going to be important here, most of the Flyers Blue goals are either scored on turnovers or getting more traffic across the low slot. That's going to be vital for the Blackhawks to try and equal the numbers across the slot in that area.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Flyers Blue are going to need to do. This is going to be a tough team to score against the Blackhawks, and Flyers Blue are going to have to get dirty in those areas.
Your tip, Luke, tonight?
I think Flyers Blue take this one out 4-2.
I'm going to go the Flyers Blue, but I reckon it's going to be closer and more goals, 5-4. So this one could be an absolute barn burner. We hope you join us throughout the evening. We hope you enjoy our coverage here. The puck is about to drop for the first time. Game 1 of the best of 3 grand final series. It's going to be Cox that's going to get first use of it. We are underway. The Flyers Blue up against the Blackhawks live on Front Row Screens and DRN1. We certainly hope you could join us for throughout the game. Kudla flicks that one back to centre ice now. Cox skating through, looking for the out wide pass to Kairos. Shoots. Beautiful save there by Minson. On the low slot, the Flyers Blue having less traffic. Shot there. Going towards the goals, looking for the early tip in. And already a little bit of push and shove here. This grand final is going to be hard right from the outset.
The Blackhawks just doing a good job there to protect Minson. Good early pressure from Flyers Blue. They managed to get the shot in the low corner from Kairos on net. That's a good start to the game. The rebound went out. Campbell got the shot in. And they've been able to freeze the puck in the offensive zone.
And that's what they'll have to do, the Flyers Blue. Whenever the puck is in their defensive zone, they'll have to freeze it as much as they can to prevent further opportunities.
So let's just see what's happening here. They've moved out to neutral ice for a neutral ice draw. That's won back by the Blackhawks. It was Davidson who was on the puck. They've pushed it out to the right wing, cutting through the middle now, in front, a shot, got tipped and went wide. Campbell down low, whips it around, and now controlling it at neutral ice is Woodman. One of the best defensemen in the Australian Ice Hockey League, Jamie Woodman, in action for the Blackhawks tonight as they try and clog up Flyers Blue through the middle. Pass out wide to Kairos. Woodman skating onto it down low, stops and turns. He's known for his skating as he tries to chip it out of the corner. Turned over now by Kairos, a shot and a glove save by Minson.
Very well done there by Kairos to keep the puck down low, especially when they were going from behind the goal line. And the second effort too was absolutely brilliant, maintaining the puck at his control and going for that shot. Would have been a well-deserved team-lifting goal if he got that one. But the Blackhawks are able to freeze it once again, and we'll have a face-off on the Flyers Blue attacking zone. It's been won out by the Blackhawks this time. And now Goulds. He's been reliable across the season, both in defence and in attack. Scored a hat-trick early on in the regular season. Now they go behind the goal line. Here comes Graham. Going to work from behind the line there. Cuthbert looking for the shot out of the high slot. Great defence there by Nurich. That's Anthony Nurich looking to go for the centering pass towards Ben Brote on the edge of the slot, but well frozen there by Minson. A good save at the crease. And again, the face-off will be imminent. Again, important for the Blackhawks to try and freeze it as much as they can in order to limit the scoring opportunities.
As well as Flyers Blue, they want to be setting up in the offensive zone, and that was the play that Jurich wanted there. He skated down the right wing, and as one of the younger players on the team, he's not a playmaker to the level of some of these Thunder guys, so to get in there, freeze the puck, was a great play by him as he collects it down low. Pushes it down low for Bro. Now here's Jeffries, goes for a drop pass back. Wilson just covered it at the blue line. Blackhawks trying to work their way up now. Lamb does a good job controlling it at centre ice. He'll skate behind McCann's net. McCann not been called on tonight yet. Good early pressure by Blue. Here's Bro skating down the wing, stopping and trying to turn in front. As the puck goes right into the corner, it gets tipped back out into the centre of the Flyers Blue offensive zone, controlled now by Goulds. Goulds, one of the players in the Blackhawks lineup tonight with Flyers Blue experience, but his outlet pass doesn't quite make it out of there. He's controlling it again behind the net. Heavy pressure down low on him by Langell as they dump it out of trouble. Now it's controlled by Campbell. Through the middle for Cox, back to Kairos, needs to work it in. Kairos in front, had his dipstick, another chance in front by Langell. He gets shoved into the corner. Now skating onto it down low, it's Cox. He's battling hard for the puck. A swarm of Blackhawks come in there. Campbell pinching in at the blue line, controls it in. Now here's Cox again. Campbell controls it once more, trying to get traffic in front. Good play there by the Blackhawks defence to keep it out of trouble. Back to the middle for David Kudla. He pushed it on to Langell, who tipped it towards Minson. Minson's going to have to freeze the puck there. The Blackhawks were in trouble.
They certainly were. Plenty of big opportunities for the Blues on their offensive zone to try and get that easy goal, but very well done there by Minson. Just able to man it outside the crease and decided not going to take the risk, just freeze it and force another face-off. So, on the offensive zone here again for the Flyers Blue. They've had control of the puck a lot more in their zone for the first 3 or 4 minutes of this first period. All thanks to CD Dodd and Champions Autoglass for the power plays. It's been a good disciplined game so far without any scoreboard reward. But now the puck is drawn. The Blackhawks emerge with it. There's Campbell towards the edge of the slot. Couldn't get his shot off, but down low goes Davidson. Well intercepted by Wilson, but covered off brilliantly there was the number 12 player in Graham from behind the goal line. Campbell up against Langle. And now the puck goes along the right wing, and controlling it brilliantly there was Andrew Cox. Past centre ice, needing to get on the breakaway here. He's got 3 Blackhawks to contend with. Goes for the pass out back, but it doesn't work. Wilson turns it over, flicks it forward out to Kairos, but there are 2 Blackhawks convening on his path. But this is a good breakaway from the Blackhawks. They are on. Woodman, one of the Perth Thunder stars. Woodman looking to go for the ambitious shot behind the goal crease, but it didn't work. Kairos from defensive ice. He's got Jeffries. Goes for the inside pass, but it was offside, unfortunately.
And that was good pressure there from the Blackhawks. That's something I've almost never seen Jamie Woodman do, maybe only in these West Australian Premier League games. Join in the rush, almost exclusively by himself, actually creating the rush, getting the puck in on net. There was actually no Blackhawks there to support him, so he did a really good job getting pretty much their first shot of the night.
That's going to be vital for Woodman. He needs that support inside that offensive slot to try and cover the lack of traffic that's going to be there, because that's easily just going to allow the Flyers Blue to intercept off the defensive slot.
Now here's Jeffries in front. He pushed it across to Juric. It went wide. Kudler in front, shooting, and the puck goes high.
Luckily he didn't hit the crossbar.
Tipped over a stick, just hit the netting before it reached the crossbar.
Now the Blackhawks season, obviously this is your first time seeing the Blackhawks as you commentate all the Perth Ice Arena games, and I've done all the Coburn games across the season. This Blackhawks team, very strong on defence. Their attack still has a few limitations.
There's a little bit missing from the Blackhawks attack this game. Kudler wired one in just then from the top of the blue line. Good coverage there by the Blackhawks. They tip it out of play.
But I reckon what's going to be good for the Blackhawks is that when they get on the breakaway from the face-off, try and get some extra traffic. You've got Woodman, maybe get Goulds in there. He can push hard into offense.
And Bro shooting, hit the side of the net. The water bottle moved, thought it might have been in, as it gets dumped right back in down low. Juric is skating onto the puck. Backhanding it around for Jeffries. Down low, trying to set up the cycle is Jeffries. Pushed it around for Bro. Great pressure there by Davidson to work it out of trouble. Working hard down behind the net. McCann calls for icing. It gets waved off as Kudler wins the race to the puck. Pushing it up to the right wing. Here comes Liam Jeffries. Working it in hard. Jeffries trying to cross the blue line. Now right in the middle. Jamie Campbell flicks it up and over the top. That'll be icing.
Now they've been spot on, the referees and the linesmen this Premier League season. They've made the right decisions right from the get-go. And it's going to mean a face-off on the Blackhawks attacking zone. This is their big chance now. They need to set up with more traffic on the high slot, because they've got great players who could make the slap shot count from the high point. You've got Woodman, you've got Goulds, and you've got Cuthbert. As the puck is dropped, the Flyers Blue win out. Brope looking to go for the pass on the inside to Jeffries, but gets covered off. Now skating it down low on the inner wing is Wilson. Doesn't get some support that he needs on the sideboards. Almost pinned there. Going towards the goal line. Well manned there by Stephen McCann, and that's going to allow Jamie Campbell to get towards the puck. Blind pass into heavy traffic on centre ice. And finding it there is Cox. Cox on the breakaway now. On the edge of the wing. Goes for the centering pass. It was in the path of Kairos, but Kairos just couldn't get to it in time. The Blues again have more numbers. One of them there is Langle. Going behind the goal line. And Woodman there pinning Cox hard there on the goal boards. Hoisting that one out of defensive zone. The Blues trying everything they can to present themselves an opportunity on the low slot. And the Blackhawks are setting up with some good defensive traffic as the puck goes to the inner wing. Cox going to look for the pass out to Wilson. That's where he goes. Wrist shot out towards the goals. That one well wide. And Campbell will rescue for the Blackhawks. It's hoisted high. That's a smart pass there. It was in the direction there of Graham. And now going down there at ice level there was Forrest Mills. And the contact inflicted there by Langle. And that's going to mean...
Hooking is the call.
Hooking. Yep, well spotted there. And that's going to mean a trip to the penalty box. Yes. Langle will have his first trip to the penalty box, and that'll be a Champions Autoglass power play, the first of this grand final series. They've been great supporters, Champion Autoglass, across the season. We thank them for their support. across the regular season and in this grand final series. Now, this is the Blackhawks' chance. It's in their zone. They're going to have an opportunity for a short-handed goal here. They must make this count.
So this is time for the Blackhawks. This is crunch time. They need to get a goal on the power play here, and early, it's not looking good. As Kudla whips it straight out of the zone. This is the Blackhawks' chance to get some momentum in this game as they get pressured hard on the forecheck by Jeffries, struggling to work it out of the defensive zone on the power play, and that's going to go straight across to Campbell. They're struggling early, the Blackhawks, to move the puck with the man advantage. Kudla pushing it across to Campbell, through the middle for Jeffries, across to Bro. Now walking it in is Bro, and the shot gets blocked in front, but that's about the best penalty killing you can do, controlling the puck short-handed. Now here come the Blackhawks right again the other way. Working it in, dumping it down low just as quickly, turned over to Flyers Blue. Pinching in at the top of the blue line was Caden Goulds, and the puck just goes over the boards. And out of play, it was tipped on the bench.
They're really struggling, the Blackhawks, to get that movement deep into that attacking zone. They need that opportunity, as we mentioned at the beginning of the game. When they've got it in their attacking zone, they need to have more traffic on the low slot. They're just not presenting enough. They're just easily allowing the Flyers Blue to just mop up.
Puck goes straight back to Kudla. Absolutely wires one in, just whiffed past the referee's head there. Down low behind the net, it's Woodman. He's going to control it. Heavy forechecking pressure by Cox. Woodman trying to do it all himself. Moving in through the middle. Has some Blackhawk support. Puck got tipped back. Pinched in at the top of the blue line was Graham. Still holding onto it now is Woodman. He's done a good job almost single-handedly to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Down low, it's McCarlick. Pushing it up to the top of the blue line. Controlled well by Goulds. He shoots, and a glove save. Got tipped into the corner off McCann. Now top of the blue line, Woodman again shooting. Traffic in front, they score!
That was Goulds. Goulds with the tip in there, deep on the slot. Off the slap shot there from number 18 there in James Woodman. And a lucky tip in on the stick by Caden Goulds. That's his first. And you'd have to say a bit unlucky for the Blues there to concede a short-handed goal.
And yeah, we'll just see the replay here. I wonder if they had the benefit of replay review. Would it be a high stick as the puck went into the net? Very hard to tell there. The stick was raised high. The rule being the stick cannot be above the crossbar when you're going for a tip-in. It has to be in line with it or below. So I wonder if we were playing in a more advanced league, I guess. Would they be video reviewing that? I mean, almost certainly.
You'd have to look for the third if we were playing in that league, but unfortunately it's not the case.
In the most unlikely of circumstances now.
Sometimes you'd have to use your luck to a good way, you know.
Yeah, the Blackhawks lead this game in the most unlikely of circumstances.
1-0 the scoreline. Goulds getting the first goal of the match. And we've still got under 7 minutes left in this opening period. Well, puck goes towards centre ice now. Woodman, who made that slap shot in order to give Goulds an opportunity at the high point. The puck being worked back behind the goal line. Brote. Nice pass towards the edge, but a blind pass intercepted by Woodman. He's done a lot of work with the puck in the attacking zone this evening. Woodman trying to barge his way through two Blues, but doesn't do so. Well played there by Lamb. Got himself in a good position to make the intercept. The blind pass intercepted by Campbell. Trying very hard, but almost loses the wheels. And now Woodman. Woodman almost pinned to the boards there by a couple of Blues. Is able to hold the wheels there. Nurich was one of them. And now back on defensive ice is Lee Hammond.
And I think the question we have to ask ourselves, Paul, is can one of the best defensemen in Australia almost single-handedly win a grand final game one by himself?
That's going to be a question, of course, Woodman being one of the keys. Also McMahon, we mentioned him. They've combined well in the Coburn games when they've had to play all their games in Coburn, not just from defence into attack. I like the way they break away from defence into attack as well. If they are able to control the puck, they are going to be keys in this grand final series, not just in this game, but for the whole of the series, should it go the distance.
Absolutely. Cox lining up for the face-off shot, top of the blue line from Kudla. Flyers Blue, they're the ones under pressure now as Kudla tips it in. Manages to almost hold it in top of the blue line. Campbell in the middle, dumping it in. Kairos is along the wing now, but it got turned over. Back to the Blackhawks. Good job. Caden Goulds controlling the puck. Been a top three player for the Blackhawks tonight. Goulds, Woodman leading the charge. but it's turned right back over to Kairos. Here he comes entering the zone, shooting, blocker save, controlled again by Kairos on his own rebound, centered it in front, and the puck gets turned right back over to Liam Campbell. Skating down the left wing now, it's Campbell. He was pushed in the corner by Jamie Campbell, and Campbell lining him up again, nearly hacked at him. Paul Graham clears it out of there, top of the blue line, a shot fired in. It went wide. Now down low, Graham. Top of the blue line again, the Blackhawks trying to control it. Caden Gould pushed it across. Blackhawks dumping it in through Minson to get back on side. Now here's Kudla. Works it right past Graham. Blackhawks not forechecking as heavily as Flyers Blue are. But after a power play goal, a tip in front, they are up in this game, and the momentum is slowly starting to turn in their favour. Graham working it in. Got hacked by Lamb on the wrist, maybe down low, no call. Pushed in behind the net by Kairos. Kudla, he's battling hard with Goulds. Now down low, Jeffries. Manages to turn over the puck for Blue. Backhanding up for Bro.
Beautiful
Drop
pass.
back for Kairos. Now Kairos working it in front, centering pass. There was no one there on the doorstep for Blue. Casey Minson manages to clear the puck right in the dangerous area for the Blackhawks. Now here's Wilson shooting, and the shot was blocked in front by guess who, Jamie Woodman, as the puck gets cleared all the way down the ice, not touched up. That'll be icing.
That means the puck's going to go all the way back to the Flyers Blue attacking zone. Now this will be their chance for a quick reply. They're now back under pressure. What they'll have to do is continue to play to their game plan, but also they need to find a couple of plays to set up more open out the back of the high point. They've got Lamb, and they've also got Nurich. Should they win this face-off out the back, they do win it. Nurich out the back, goes for the wrist shot from the outer wing. And now the Blackhawks turn it over momentarily. Jeffries towards Brote. Shooting from the high point. That one frozen there by Minson, and that'll mean we'll have a repeat in proceedings here.
And that's what they need to do. They need to put pressure on Minson. He's been the Blackhawks' probably second best player tonight, behind Woodman.
You have to say one of the best net tenders as well.
Absolutely.
In the 2020 season, along with Stephen McCann. These are the two best net tenders in the competition. They'll leave nothing to risk. So here we go. Another face-off. And again, Jeffries wins out. Works it out back to Brote. Brote shoots from the point. And again, Minson making the crucial save there. And we'll have a repeat in proceedings. 3 3/4 minutes remaining in this opening period. 1-0 to the third place Blackhawks. Of course, they beat the Flyers Orange last week in that electric second semi-final over in Coburn. The Blues did it more dominantly, 6-0 over the Sharks here in Perth. And it's going to be important to see which team gets the upper hand in this first game. Lamb, shot off the high point. That one wide of the goals, but ricocheted off Minson's pads. And now working it on the defensive wing, Wilson. And turning it over brilliantly there was Woodman. Virtually playing a lone hand in that defensive end. The puck trickles back past centre ice now. Lamb. Pass out wide towards the boards. Jeffries not receiving necessary support from Ben Brote. And now the Blackhawks back out of defence. What can they do? Beautiful centre pass out to Cuthbert. As soon as Cuthbert tries to get the puck to go his path, Cox. Good pass out to Kairos. He's been relied upon on the breakaway from behind the goal line. Might have been a bit of slashing with the stick. Referee said no. Campbell out there and scores! Inside the crease, Ryan Langle. Benefiting from the beautiful pass from the outer wings. And Langle on the low slot is able to get the quick reply and 1-1 the scoreline, Luke Worthington. That's the goal that they needed after the Blackhawks tip in.
And what a great goal there by Blue. I knew Geordie Kairos, I had a good feeling about it, was going to come out and try and put up a number tonight. And that's him getting his first point of the game, got the assist. He managed to enter the zone all by himself, skated it in down low, avoided the pressure of about 3 Blackhawks players.
And look how deep he was. Look at how deep he was on the slot too, putting Liam Minson under pressure. A good play there from Ryan Langle, and that'll be his first goal of the night. And 1-1 the scoreline as we are under 3 minutes away from the end of the first period in the opening game of this grand final series. Gould's looking for the second. Heavy traffic on the deep low slot. One of them there was Davidson for the Blackhawks. Looking to go for the centering pass. Gould's up against Kairos. It's a wheel race for it. And Gould was able to get first to it. Pass out back to Davidson. Is turned over by Kairos. And now Campbell. least that one to open ice, but handing it out there is Hammond. Turned over there brilliantly by Campbell. And now behind the goal line, Caden Gould. He's been relied upon very much in defence and in attack for the Blackhawks this season. A little bit of forechecking going on there at the edge of the inner wing, just by the Blackhawks bench. Of course, the Blackhawks led by Felicity Svensson, who has done a marvellous job as the Blackhawks coach this season. Blind pass in the direction of Broad, breaking away towards the low slot. Broad shoots off the pads of Minson. Great save by Minson. Broad under pressure. Two Blackhawks, little back check going on. Broad's pass towards open ice, but manning it there are a couple of Blues. One of them there is Ben Broad, again off the high point, looking for the hoist. And Minson hanging on to that one. Good save. He's able to freeze it again. We're inside the last 90 seconds of the opening period. 1-1 the scoreline here at the Perth Ice Arena. All thanks to CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Champions Auto Glass. Been a good standard game, Luke Worthington. A lot of good discipline, but in the meantime, it's a penalty. Kairos has got a trip to the penalty box.
So Kairos go into the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. I didn't see what that one was for, but they're going to call it slashing.
It was slashing.
I didn't see the call. I didn't see what actually happened, but the call is slashing against Geordie Kairos. And the Blackhawks already have one on the power play. Let's see what they can do now.
Well, this is the second power play. They haven't got enough traffic on the low slot. They're looking to go for the slap shot out back here.
So it's going to be Campbell taking the draw against Bro. Puck goes out to the side. Top of the blue line, trying to control it in, was Woodman. He was pressured by Jeffries. Now working through the middle, Woodman again. Puck gets dropped back. And the Blackhawks are going to control it in the middle. It's Midson. Pushed up the corner. Tipping it in was Cuthbert. Now down low, skating onto the puck for Blue is Wilson. Good job almost there by the Blackhawks to turn it over, but Bro manages to control it. Lamb battles down hard. Whips it out. Jeffries trying to skate onto the puck. Pickpockets Campbell. Still holding on to it is Liam Jeffries. And a good job here on the penalty kill by Flyers Blue. They're controlling the puck. And again, that's about as good as it gets on the penalty kill. And this could get even better. Now here comes Cox walking it into the zone. Remember, they're short-handed, Flyers Blue. Tries to fire a shot off, and now here comes the danger man, Jamie Campbell. He has options on the right-hand side. Shooting and a pad save by McCann. Now down low in the corner, the puck gets whipped around behind the net. Cox is on it, and he manages to push that one all the way down the ice. It's going to be skated onto by Woodman.
Woodman from the defensive zone. Goes past Langle on the breakaway. He's needing some support on the high point. Looking for the hoist pass. And tipped off by his teammate. But they're able to regain control only momentarily. And now Kudla goes past centre ice. He's got some open space on the high point. Goes for the wrist shot wide of the goals. And the buzzer will sound to mark the end of an exciting first period here in this Grand Final Series opener. 1-1 between the Flyers Blue and the Blackhawks. We'll be back at the Perth Ice Arena shortly for the second period action, as well as the thoughts of Chris Kostopoulos.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Commodore, Mustang, Camaro, Tickford, V8 supercharged, diesel. We don't care what it is, we just make them better. Visit formulatech.com.au.
Welcome back to the Perth Ice Arena. We're just about to get set for period 2. It is 1-1 the scoreline in this best of 3 grand final series. Joining me for his thoughts is Chris Kostopoulos, the assistant coach of the Perth Thunder. Good first half from both teams. The Blackhawks getting first on the board through Gould with an unlucky tip-in, and the Blues able to get a swift reply in through Langle. For the Blues and the Blackhawks, they're playing to a much different game plan tonight.
Well, what I've really noticed with the Blackhawks, I mean, they've scored, but they're not really getting much offense generated from their forwards. All their offense is coming from their defensemen, being obviously Jamie Woodman, being one of the best defensemen in the country, Casey Minson and Caden Goulds. So that's who's generating all their offense from at the moment. The forwards really aren't contributing. They got a tip in, but it was a little bit lucky. But with the Flyer Blue, it's more of a team effort. They're all contributing, and I actually don't think they've really tested Liam Minson yet. Most of the shots have gone into the breadbasket. They haven't really tested him in the corners.
Well, apart from that shot from Langle as well, that was the only one that was really able to match Liam Minson in terms of the low slot pressure, and that's where the Flyers Blue are starting to dominate that contest, especially later on after Langle got that goal.
Most of the shots that have come into Liam Minson tonight have been hitting him straight in the chest. So, I mean, he's got no choice but to make that save when it's there. They haven't really tested him in corners, or they've got him stretching or going from post to post yet. So, when they can do that, we'll see how they go.
From your view, where does the momentum lie at the moment?
Oh, definitely the Blue at the moment. Just for the simple reason that the Blackhawks forwards aren't contributing.
Thank you, Chris Kostopoulos, the assistant coach of the Perth Thunder. We'll get back to you after the second. 1-1 the scoreline as Luke Worthington rejoins me. Mentioned the Blues have got the momentum slightly their way, and I'd have to agree as the second period gets underway and the Blues get first use of the puck. And now Graham out towards Jeffries, working it out on the outer wing. McCann going behind the goal line, leaving the crease open, and immediately putting himself under pressure. Minson goes for the long wrist shot. Lack of low slot presence for the Blackhawks prevents a big opportunity. And now Casey Minson working it from the wings. Good pressure down low by the Blues. Brote doing battle there with Woodman. Woodman not getting some support in the defensive zone. Hoisted towards open ice on the offensive zone for the Blackhawks, but manning it there is Kudla. David Kudla from behind the goal line. Goes towards open ice. He breaks away. He's got Cox and Jeffries in support. He elects to go himself. Kairos slap shot. Well frozen there by Minson inside the crease. And I think Chris pointed this out very well. Most of the Blue shots are coming from high point instead of deep on the low slot. Besides that Langle shot, they haven't really taken their chances because of how Minson's able to put a little pressure on them, and the Blackhawks, their offense is coming from their defense.
Exactly right. And Chris always is on top of things that you wouldn't usually see to, I guess, the untrained eye of people like me and you who know the sport, but not to the level that guy does. As play continues, and it's worked up the left-hand side, controlled by Wilson, now working through the middle. It's Lee Hammond. Could the Blackhawks be on here? Hammond in front of backhand, another shot and a save by McCann, a 10-bell save to keep this one at 1-1 as the puck gets pushed up the left-hand side. Now here comes Geordie Kairos, ready to enter the zone. Heavy pressure from the Blackhawks. Now through the middle, it's Cox. He shoots and a save by Minson. Now controlled down low by Hammond. He works it out of the zone. Pushed up the side. There was no one there. And that's going to be icing. And Paul, what else did you learn or talk to Chris about during the intermission?
Well, we picked up that when the Blackhawks were starting to break away, their only offense came from either Goulds or Woodman. Not a lot of other forwards were starting to contribute when the puck was going towards their end. So that's what they're going to have to work on in this second period when they're starting to get on the breakaway, because they, like the Blues, like to play with speed, but it hasn't worked for them apart from that lucky tip-in from Goulds and Woodman.
Now Campbell pushing it in down low, and it was taken away by Goulds. Here he is again working it forward, turned over by Kudla. Up the left wing now, just in our commentary blind spot. The puck gets hacked at in the corner. Kudla almost turned it over in front of the Blue net. Did a good job under heavy pressure from the Blackhawks offense. In the corner, it's Hammond, but it was turned over to Jeffries. Now up the left-hand side, here comes Ben Brote. In front, Irich, they score!
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Elite play there from the Blues. That pass there from Brote on the outer wings and able to get that space towards Norwich, and for able to Norwich to get some space, I should say, was elite of what the Flyers Blue are when they're going in towards attack. Simply brilliant. As we see here on the replay, Broad on the breakaway was able to get it to Norwich, and not a lot of back or forward checking from the Blackhawks. I'd have to say that was pretty ordinary defence from a Blackhawks team that are usually strong on defence, to be blunt.
Unreal play there by Flyers Blue, and they're back where they wanted to be the whole time, and where I think they should be. As we're back underway. Face-off was won back by Jeffries, pushed up by Campbell. It goes straight back onto his stick. Now here's Kudla. It's Kudla working it in for Jeffries. Across to Bro. Now through for Juric, but it was turned over by the Blackhawks. Great turnover there. Now here's Cuthbert coming the other way, shooting. McCann got low, tipped it off his stick, over the netting and out of play.
Now it's a big chance for the Blackhawks from this repeated face-off to try and really enforce a little bit more pressure inside the low slot, because that's where the goals are going to be key tonight. That extra traffic on the low slot and really giving Stephen McCann a little run for his money, because they haven't had plenty of chances where they've been able to convert apart from that tip-in from Goulds. They really need to enforce to us as to why the Blackhawks do deserve to be in this grand final, as Cuthbert goes deep on the slot but was undermanned by some heavy traffic from the Blues. Now Cox on the inner wing in front of our centre camera. Good defence there by Woodman. And now Davidson and Graham combining to get the puck out of that defensive zone. And now Cuthbert, reliable scorer, especially when he's at his best. Good traffic there from the Flyers Blue. A lot of good forechecking going on then in their defensive zone. That's what the Blackhawks would need to improve on in this second period, especially when they're breaking away towards their attack. Lamb out the back, just manning the puck quite steadily. Goes out to Wilson on the outer wing, goes back to Lamb. Good centering pass. It was in the direction there of Ben Brope, but just couldn't trap it in time. Jeffries under pressure there from Campbell, but now Jeffries inside the slot. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brope. Meanwhile, Jeffries pinned to the boards hard there. Centering shot, and it's Wilson! Wilson on the edge of the slot scores another one, and the Flyers Blue are starting to catch fire in this second period.
And a great play there by Wilson. Absolutely rips it in from the high slot, and that's where they need to be shooting from, Flyers Blue. This is where they're going to be dangerous. They tried to score goals from pushing it in up top and cleaning it in the dirty areas. They scored the first goal getting down low. Now they've scored 2 goals, wrist shots from wide open in the slot over the top of Minson. And that's what they're going to be doing for the rest of the night.
Inside the first 3 minutes, they've scored the first couple of goals, so there's trouble brewing for the Blackhawks.
And it's going to be Jeffries and Davidson ready to take the face-off at centre ice.
There's a bit of a delay in the game.
Just the Zebras having a chat with the scorers, making sure that everything is written down correctly. Nothing to see here as play continues. Kudla working it through. Now here's Juric in front. Has Bro. He shoots. And it just went wide. Managed to tip it. And it was a hard play to reach there for Bro. Working it out of the zone now, Hammond. Pushed in by Davidson, but turned over to Kudla. Now up the left-hand side, Ben Bro backhanding it in. Skating onto the puck hard is Liam Campbell. Liam Jeffries is also there. Sorry, it was Davidson. Also down low is Goulds. He whips it around. Puck trickles out to neutral ice where it's controlled by Jamie Campbell. Cross ice for Kudla. They've been working well together, these two. Kudla dumps it in down low. Skating onto the puck is Hammond. And let's just see what happens here. So that was icing.
Yes, it was.
And a late hit?
Yeah, it was charging, I believe. That was on Hammond, and the hit was inflicted there by Langle. It came from a mile away.
So nothing called.
I think the Zebras are just letting the game go on, I reckon. You don't want any controversy in this grand final series.
Well, so just the icing call stands. We're back underway. It's one for Hammond, who shot it wide. Now down low, battling for the puck. Controlling it now is Davidson. Top of the blue line, Goulds pushed it in. It was a soft shot that got stopped in front. Lamb whips it around, found the right man in Kairos. Working it in now, has 3 Blackhawks to get past.
He's got to find
has
Cox.
Kudler as an option, shooting, almost tipped in front. Cox fires, what a save by Minson on the backhand by Cox. Now coming right back the other way, the Blackhawks. Shade working it into the corner. And a cross-checking call has occurred. An interference call has occurred.
I think that's Cox, I believe.
That was actually just in our blind spot, the one area of the ice we can't see from up here, Paul. Would have been clear as day on the broadcast angle, however, so it'll be an interference call. Andrew Cox, he'll be visiting the champion auto glass penalty box, and this is not where Flyers Blue want to be.
Well, this is the 3rd time now that the Flyers Blue have been short-handed, but all apart from one, they've been able to kill off that penalty now. Hoisted towards the Blackhawks defensive zone now, steadily manned there by Minson. Minson goes for the pass out wide to Woodman. Working it from defensive ice. Got some empty space on the breakaway. Backhands it to his own advantage. Well played by Woodman. Not a lot of forward-checking going on from the Blues here. Woodman just coasting it from the goal line. Now it's into the blind spot. And now it's hoisted in towards open ice. In defence. Under pressure there is Graham. Well played by Graham to keep it behind the goal line. Backhands it to his own advantage. Good pass out to Woodman and Cuthbert. Under a lot of pressure are the Blackhawks. Kudler. Graham on the edge of the goal line. Very ambitious shot. And now it's being worked past centre ice by Goulds. Woodman. He shoots from the high point and doesn't get it. And that's going to mean a face-off on the attacking zone for the Blackhawks. Good save there too by McCann. And again, similar to the Flyers Blue, a lot of shots coming from the high point, not deep into that low slot. So it's going to be interesting to see where they get their opportunities from. So that'll mean a face-off inside the attacking zone for the Blackhawks. It's on the outer wing. With Goulds. That'll do battle in this face-off. He's got also a couple of players out back. Woodman is one of them. Got to look for the pass out to Campbell. That's where he goes. Got to look for the slap shot. A lot of traffic on that low slot. McCarlick. The pass out towards Campbell. Oh no, that's Minson, I should say. Minson. Centering pass out to Sack again, looking for some opportunities. Woodman from the high point. He's got to look for that hoist shot, but there is too much traffic on the slot. Woodman, he goes for the wrist shot out towards the goals, and inside the crease there was McCann making the save.
And we had the perfect angle of that, Paul. That was the kind of shot that the Blackhawks are going to score on against this team.
Brote's also in the box, we mustn't forget as well. We did miss that during the play, so Brote's also in the penalty box.
So a 5-on-3 for the Blackhawks. Let's see what they do here. So they were trying to get that shot with traffic in front of the net. Let's see if they can spread it out a little bit more here now that it's 5-on-3. If they get the puck, that is, as Kudler gets it straight off the draw, dumping it in down low. 36 seconds more. They'll be at 5-on-3.
If they don't score from this power play, the Blackhawks, they'll be thinking, what the hell did we do?
They will want one by the end of this period, that's for sure, Paul, as Woodman controls it at the top of the blue line, working down high slot, pushing it cross ice now on the top of the blue line, and the Flyers Blue giving Graham a Bronx cheer as he just let the puck go offside. The Blackhawks getting back on now. Here's Goulds down low. He's going to look for options. Goulds now pushing it across. Shot fired in, almost into traffic. Went wide onto the stick of Minson in front. McCann covers that one up. Just a bit of shoving in front of the net as Jeffries.
Cox is back in now, so that's back to 5-on-4.
So, normal power play. 5-on-4 for the next 49 seconds. Ben Bro, he's sitting in the champion auto glass penalty box.
Now, 3 of the 4 penalties have been killed off by the Flyers Blue. That's what they've done. They've played that slow defence and attack. They've just manned the puck and killed off the clock, trying to prevent any opportunities from the Blackhawks in order to score from their attacking zone. So good defence by the Blues.
So we're back underway. Top of the blue line was pushed in. And now behind the net, it's going to be controlled by Minson. Top of the blue line, Goulds shooting it in front.
My goodness.
McCann just lost control of the puck and Kudla cleared it out of trouble. The Blackhawks needing more pressure on the doorstep, and another penalty has been called. This time it's going to go against the Blackhawks. So we will see some 4-on-4 hockey for the next 14 seconds. Holding was the call.
Good call.
Against Minson.
That is Minson.
Minson is going to visit the champion autoglass penalty box.
Yeah, quite an interesting one there because, from the commentary blind spot, it was very difficult to see where the exact moment of the holding was. So it was quite interesting for our viewers at home. They
Clear
could
as
easily
day.
pick that up. Very clear as day indeed. So now, only for about 15 seconds, it'll be 5-on-4 action against, 4-on-4, I should say, against the Blackhawks. But in the next 14 seconds, the Blues will be back at full strength with Cox being allowed on. So the face-off is being won out the back. Koala from the high point shoots. Well saved there by Minson. Puck hoisted out towards open ice. And Kudla manning it out back. Kudla, 4 backhands to his own advantage. Kairos out of defensive ice on the breakaway. The Blackhawks need to form their traffic inside the slot, not allowing any goals onto their doorstep. Good pressure there from Kairos. And now Woodman on the intercept. Kairos lost his stick there in the process. Someone would have to pick that up. Towards the centre of the slot. Cox scrambling for it inside the crease. Hoisted above the goals. And well played there by Woodman. Pinned on the boards hard there by Brote. And Hammond. Hammond just hoist that one along the boards. Not a lot of return. Kairos. Cox, good play, good body check. And that allows Kudla to go at the edge of the slot. Going between the goal lines. And he's looking for Brote. He elects to go along the wings to find Cox. Goes out back this time. Nurich. Kairos. Slap shot from the edge. Almost ricocheting off another stick there, and Minson able to make the easy save and freeze the puck as there is a little bit of bickering going on there on the offensive slot.
And that was quite a tough save, to be honest, Paul.
It was.
There was traffic in front of the net. The puck bounced just as it went across to him. There was a commotion happening from where Kairos took the shot. There was a commotion in front of the net, and he just manages to glove it down as easy as you like, Minson. He's been incredibly strong with the pad, strong with the glove. I'm interested to see if they can test him on the pads a little bit of Flyers Blue as the face-off one back for the Blackhawks, but Jeffries is going to skate right onto it. Yirich pushing it in down low. Langell pushing it in down low. Now trying to control it, Caden Goulds. Skated onto by Yirich. Goulds in the corner, getting tied up by the 2 young Flyers Blue players as they get it out to the experienced Liam Jeffries. Top of the blue line now, it's Lamb, a shot fired in, easy as you like, that time for Minson.
Again, it's those shots from the high point that are allowing Minson to make those easy saves. He hasn't had a lot of hard challenges.
A lot of
the
traffic
Flyers Blues
in front for
were
shots
really
like
having
that.
to, really get that traffic inside that low slot to allow Minson those easy saves. So it's a credit to the Blackhawks defence despite leaking those 2 easy goals.
Now in front, almost covered up by Minson, saved again. Now pushed out to Yirich. Langella backhand. Goulds tried to control it, trying to push it out of trouble on the backhand, whips it out to neutral ice. Lamb has it, pushing it through the middle. It's going to be taken away now by the Blackhawks, controlling the puck for a rare moment in the late stages of this second period as we almost get down to 5 minutes. Now here's Bro in front, shooting, scores!
And that penalty was almost killed off there by the Blackhawks, but on that last second, Brote was able to create the breakaway and create his own space inside the low slot and get that easy goal. So that's 3 for the second period, and that leaves the Blackhawks in further trouble after defending so well for about 4 minutes in order to prevent those goals. Ben Brote was able to find the doorstep, find it open, and then just slam it shut with a beautiful wrist shot off the low slot. Brilliantly done there by Brote. That's his first for the night. And all of them individual scorers. Nurich has scored, so has Wilson, Langell, and of course Ben Brote just now. Blackhawks in major trouble now. 4-1 the scoreline, and there is still 5 minutes to go in this second period. Cox looking for one more. Minson skating down low. He works it out back. Controls to his own advantage. Looking for the centering pass. Minson shot. Goes above the goals. And the Blues are able to man it. Kairos. He's got some open ice. Not a lot of forward checking going on for the Blackhawks. Kairos' shot ricocheted off the plexiglass. Pinned to the boards there by Cox by Minson. Almost going over the glass there. Would have been a rare penalty. And it's going to be David Kudla that's going to take control of this puck. Good centering pass, finding Langle from centre ice. He's got some support on the outer from Kairos. He elects to go for the hoist shot. Minson outside the crease. Good play there by Minson. Just hoisting the puck away from the pressure and back towards defensive ice. Lamb, meanwhile, a few line changes going on from both teams. Lamb and Minson, well, he almost was a bit sleep there, was Minson. Lucky not to concede a goal. Imagine how embarrassing that would be. But nonetheless, there's an icing call.
Yes.
And that is going to mean a face-off as a little bit of Van Halen plays around. Nice little tribute there to Eddie. That one's for you, Eddie Van Halen. In the meantime, the puck now back on the Blackhawks attacking zone. They desperately need this goal in these last 4 minutes. They need at least 2 to get themselves back in the contest, because at the moment, it is a long task in itself. It is going to be. Neil in this face-off. Neil wins it out back. Goulds on the centre point. Goes for the wrist shot and is saved well there by McCann. Quite easily there. And there will be another opportunity.
Good pad save there by McCann. It kind of took a jump just as he did it, but a jump into the right spot. A save on the chest. Now lining up
Jeffries on the face-off. Jeffries on the face-off there with
Graham.
Yeah, Graham.
Jeffries is one of the stronger face-off men in the Australian Ice Hockey League, so he wins that one back easily. Down low behind the net, controlled by Lamb. Push right around for Jeffries. Flyers blue trying to exit their zone. Bro through the middle, finding Yirich. Yirich, drop pass back to Bro. In front, they score!
That was brilliant.
And what a play there by Flyers blue. They get up in this game 5-1.
That has to be the play of the night so far. I mean, if you look at the work from Brote and Wilson, as the puck is manned on the defensive wings, Nurich, beautiful play there by Nurich with the centering pass. And Brote making the slap shot, mistaking the slap shot for the centering pass out to Wilson. Wilson was able to get the shot in off his step and was able to score an easy goal there. Very well done there by Wilson. Wilson from Ben Brote. And that's Wilson's second goal, by the way, so he's got a double himself tonight. As the Blackhawks now lead it 5-1. 4 goals scored in this second period. They may have sewn up this game. And what we mentioned earlier in the pre-game, Luke, is that they're a team that can score huge goals on the burst. At any period during the game, they can burst through and wrest the game away from the opposition because they've got great speed from defence into attack. They're better controlled at the puck. Than the other teams in the competition, and they've got more experience, depth at both ends. That's the key. If you look at their semi-final, they scored 4 goals in the third period alone, where in the first 2, they just scored 2. At the moment, they scored 1 in the first and 4 in the second, hence their depth and their ability to score goals on a heavy burst.
Absolutely, Paul. As the puck just goes up the left wing, trying to skate onto it was Bro, but it was pushed away well by Goulds. Now Bro. Walking it in top of the blue line. Ben Bro tipped in front by Yirich and it just went wide. Might have been a high stick had it gone in. Now Goulds coming back the other way. Here comes Caden Goulds. Gets tied up in traffic in the middle. Hacking at its cuff. But now coming right back is Kudla. Referee didn't like something there. Interference
yes.
Is going to be the call against possibly Lamb. So Richie Lamb taking a visit to the Champion Autoglass penalty box. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second period. The Blackhawks on their 5th power play of the night. They've converted 1. To say that they would be converting the power play at a high clip, I think they would need to definitely convert this one.
Well, this is their chance now because they've got 2 minutes 45. This penalty's for 2 minutes. It will go on until the last 45 seconds of this game. So the Blackhawks, they would need a score on the board because they've been curtailed by the barrage of goals by the Blues here. In the meantime, Minson from the high point, he shoots. Ricocheted off McCann's glove, and now again the Blues on the breakaway. And like what we mentioned earlier, the Blackhawks not getting enough support when they're going from defence into offence. The Blues, they're able to get more numbers in breaking away from defence into attack as that shot there by Kudla is hoisted above the goals and hanging off the net. And that'll mean a face-off just above neutral ice there. And that'll mean the Blues will have another opportunity. They've got 2 set up out back. One of them there is Campbell and another is Broad Kairos. Trying to create some space on the high slot for himself. But the shot ricocheted off a couple of sticks Well forechecked there by the Blackhawks, who had a little bit more traffic inside that slot. And now they go to Campbell on the inner wing. Campbell, good centering pass out there. Woodman needs some offensive support. He's got it in McCarlick. He's looking to go for the centering pass, but decides to go behind the goal line, looking for the triangle play. Graham, slap shot. McCann freezing that one brilliantly. Good save there by McCann. A shot on the corner of the point. And again, what's going to be vital for the Blackhawks, since it is a 5-on-4 situation, is try and expose that traffic from the slot. Now, what they have to do here is not only, and meanwhile there is another penalty for some interference, we believe. That's going to be this time against the Blackhawks. That's going to be number 23,
So let's just
Thomas
see
McCarlick.
what the call is here, Paul. So it was a slashing was the call.
So a slashing call against the Blackhawks. That save would have been an opportunity for the Blackhawks to score. This penalty has reversed it, and now it's 4-on-4 action this time for the next minute and a half at least. So it is going to be Campbell and also number 66, Ben Brote. Brote bustling his way through in the face-off, looking to score from behind the crease, creating some space off the slot. His shot saved again by Minson to his left.
And Minson showing that he is at least one of the best stand-up style goalies in this league, as well as Sean Tatungas. Probably not as sporadic as Tatungas is, but Minson really, this is the 29th minute of play that I've seen of him this season.
But you can't help but be impressed.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Cross-ice pass almost reached Gierich. It was a bullet of a pass by Campbell. Really good job here by Blue to keep it onside. Now here's Kudla. Has Bro as an option. One time at top of the blue line. Whiffed off Minson. And the front row screens cameraman getting the fright of his life down low.
Yeah, he's shooting from a precarious angle here tonight, but lucky he was able to escape. That puck going between the window and the net.
And one of the last things that you don't want to be unprepared for is a Ben Bro shot whizzing 1 foot from the top of your head as play continues. And it gets dumped out of trouble, and that's going to be icing. I think the Blackhawks player might have just thought that they were still on the penalty kill there, or something unusual play there on the 4-on-4. So now play is going to continue in the Flyers blue offensive zone. We're going to see 4-on-4 hockey for at least the next 46 seconds. Liam Jeffries, he's still sitting in the penalty box. And so is Tom McCarlick.
So here
we're
we
back
go.
Underway.
Woodman going from behind the goal line, now breaking away. He's got Goulds in support, looking for the pass. It was a blind pass. And Brote goes towards the inner wing, towards Nurich. Nurich, his shot from the edge of the slot. He's saved and frozen by Minson.
And a good job there by Minson. He made the save, tried to look for options to see if there was a way that he could not freeze the puck. Ultimately, no chances to get rid of it.
There wasn't plenty of support from the Blues. They'd only just come off a couple of line changes as well. So in terms of what the Flyers Blue would need to do, the guarded traffic on the low slot is being handled by Minson and also Campbell. And the Blues, they've got an extra 2 out back. One of them is Wilson. And Cox electing to go for the goals himself. Kairos towards the edge of the goal line. Very ambitious shot. Minson dishes it out and finds Woodman. On the breakaway, again, the support is limited there for Woodman. Woodman off the edge and scores off the tip-in from McCann. That's the goal that they were after. We mentioned that the Blackhawks needed to convert off a power play, and that's exactly what they've done. 4-on-4 goal. And Woodman puts the Blackhawks back in it for the moment. 5-2 the scoreline with 60 seconds left on the clock. Look at the effort here by Woodman. Not a lot of forechecking going on from the Flyers Blue. And Woodman is able to make the easy tip in for an easy goal. Great effort there from Woodman, making it 5-2.
And a goaltending mistake there by Steve McCann in a way, but the play started down this end, Paul, the Flyers Blue offensive end. Geordie Kairos made the shot on net. He stood there waiting for the puck to be frozen. Meanwhile, Minson has 3 Blackhawks players surrounding them, one of them including Woodman. He notices that there's no Flyers Blue traffic in front of him, pushes the puck out to Woodman. He goes down unmanned through the middle, manages to catch out. McCann puts that one home.
Simply
another
brilliant.
Individual performance by Woodman in this game. 46 seconds, clock winding down. We've still got Flyers blue on the power play here. Man advantage. They push it across. Here's Kairos. What a save by Minson. Again, just an unusual to see in this day and age, a standing save like that with the glove, scooping it low while standing.
I've watched plenty of his games while calling over in Coburn. Minson, he can't just make good saves while standing. He can also do it down low when inside the crease. He's a very adaptable net tender, and he's done such a great job thus far. In the meantime, it is going to be manned back on defensive ice there by Kudla. Kudla this time out to Wilson. Wilson, cross-ice pass back to Kudla. And now they're going to go out wide. Wilson, he's got to look for the cross-ice to Cox. He's got Kairos in support too. Centering pass. Wilson shoots off the pole. Unlucky there for Wilson. He was going to look for a hat-trick. One more chance. Goulds on the breakaway. Not a lot of checking. Goulds pinned to the boards as the siren goes. Well, 4 goals scored for the Blues and only 1 for the Blackhawks, but that was a vital one late in that second period, and that sees the Flyers blue leading 5-2 at the intermission. And we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the thoughts of Chris Kostopoulos in his first and second period analyst here at the Perth Ice Arena, where it is the Blues leading 5-2 over the Blackhawks in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Grand Final Series.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Commodore, Mustang, Camaro, Tickford, V8, supercharged, diesel. We don't care what it is, we just make them better. Visit formulatech.com.au.
Welcome back to the Perth Ice Arena. We're at the end of the second period in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Grand Final Series. Thanks to CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Champions Auto Glass. It is the Blues, the top side, the Flyers blue, leading the Blackhawks 5-2. And what was a goal fest in that second period. 4 in the second of the Blues, 1 to the Blackhawks, making it 5-2. Chris Kostopoulos is joining me once again for his analysis of that second period. It was all the Blues for much of that second period, getting goals from every angle, especially Wilson, who has scored a double. But that late goal by James Woodman there at the final few minutes of that second period has sort of given the Blackhawks a bit of a glimmer of hope there, Chris.
A little bit of hope, but as I said in the first break, they're really only getting their offense from their 3 main defensemen, which is obviously Woodman, Minson and Goulds. So their forwards just aren't contributing, and that's why the scoreline is 5-2. I mean, the Blues are getting across the board. They're just, to be perfectly honest, they've just got more talent.
The Blues' depth, has really been quite exquisite this season. You haven't got just guys like Murich, Wilson, Langle, and also Ben Broke. You've also got players that, haven't really gotten as much credit like they deserve, like Andrew Cox, Jeffries, and Lamb, who have been keys on centre ice, setting up the Blues' entry into that attacking zone.
I think they would get plenty of credit, mate. I think that they are absolutely key, those guys. They've got vast amounts of experience. And, they're the ones setting up all the plays. So, the Liam Minson's been good tonight. I mean, he's been shot at a fair bit, and he's had a fair bit of work to do, but he's made some good saves.
Not just standing, but also, down low inside the crease. He's such an adaptable net tender as well. He's willing to take risks in those games when the traffic is really heavy towards his goals.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's standing up as best he can for his team. I mean, there's not really much more he can do. The goals the Blues scored on him are just good goals.
Now tell us a little bit about Liam Minson. There's a few fascinating stories about him.
There's probably a few that I can't mention, but
Commodore,
but no,
Mustang,
Liam probably going back
Camaro,
9 or 10 years ago actually broke his neck in the
V8
surf, and
supercharged
at one stage
diesel.
I've known him for quite
we
a while.
don't
At one
care
stage
what it is,
they didn't
we
think
just
it's
make
skate
them
again.
better. Visit
So the fact that he was
formulatech.com.au.
out there playing tonight is testament to his character.
And his commitment and determination
Absolutely.
as well to play at the best level, and it's a testament to who he is as a person, not giving in any sort of battle. And his performances here tonight, hence the character of the man, with Liam Minson producing some great saves at high risk.
Yeah, no, he's played very well, and he's put his to have a bit of a pun. He's put his neck on the line, and made quite a few good saves. So he's hasn't backed down at anything. He's made some good plays. He made a good pass up the ice earlier, and he's done well. Steve McCann's done quite well on the other net as well. Although that last goal on Woodman, I would have preferred to have seen him stay in net instead of coming out. But
absolutely,
that's just his decision at the time.
We'll look at that last goal, because Kairos made the first shot while inside that low slot, and he just stood there behind the goal line, and it allowed Minson to just try and flick the puck out in front of Woodman to try and go for that solo breakaway, which is exactly what he did. And it was a remarkable solo goal there from Woodman, and it was all down to, one, having the speed from defence into attack, and two, a lack of forechecking from the Flyers Blue, which is completely out of their play style, because the Flyers Blue enforced that pressure from defence into attack by forechecking all round the ice.
Well, the thing with the Blues, they generally can afford to be a little bit lazy at times, and because they do have so much skill in attack. But I mean, you've got the fact that Jamie Woodman is, he's probably one of the fastest skaters in the country. So, if he gets away, he's gone. You're not going to catch him. So,
what about Hammond, Grover, and Campbell? They are also keys to setting up from centre ice, but they haven't been as effective, largely because of their lack of contribution in the forward zone, especially when they're relying on Woodman and Goulds to dish out the punishment in attack. Yeah,
they've got some experienced forwards, but they're just not stepping up tonight. But, this is the first game I've seen them live this year, because of the fact that they don't play up here this year, and I've made a few comments about that over the season. But they just don't seem to be contributing really. They're not really forechecking as hard as they could. They're not being creative when they get the opportunity in offense, and that's where the problem is. Their defense for the Blackhawks has been okay, because they've got a good defense, they've got a good goaltender. It's just they don't have that punch when they do get it up in the Blues end.
That's their only chink in the armour, really, when you're having a look at this. And now we're going to go to Luke Worthington down in the outer, and he's got an interview with one of the Flyers Blue stars. Luke, who have you got for us?
And I'm down here with Flyers Blue star player Ben Bro. Ben, you have 1 goal, 3 assists to make up 4 points in this early stage of the game. What do you guys have to do, and as well as you as part of the offense, to keep going?
Yeah, I think at this point we've put ourselves in a really good position, and I think it's just about closing it off and making sure that we just get the first W of the series. And I don't think we need to put up any more goals, but if it happens, it happens. But yeah, I think it's just about shutting it down.
And Ben, the Blackhawks scored very early. You guys showed a bit of character to get back in the game and score 4 in a row pretty much to get back.
Yeah, well, I've always called this the choo-choo train, because we normally don't really have a really good start, but once the boys get going with the experience that we've gotten on the team, well, yeah, it's just a matter of time normally. So the guys have stepped up, and yeah, we've been doing all right.
And lastly, you've managed to kill off, I think, probably 5 power plays so far in this one. So how do you keep that up?
Yeah, well, we need to be a little bit more disciplined, although I will say that some of the calls were a little bit soft, but hey, that's part of the game, and we've got a good group of lads, and we were able to do the job. And at the end of the day, I think they've got only that 1 goal, the first one on the power play, and that's it. So pretty good percentage overall, so we're going to keep it that way, hopefully.
Ben, thanks. Have fun for the last 20 minutes of the game.
Cheers.
Thank you. There's Ben Broad there with Luke Worthington. Great job, Luke. And Ben Broad, easily one of the key contributors for the Flyers Blues so far. He scored a goal himself early on in that second period, when the Blues really started to get that heavy burst in that second period. And that's something we can all agree on. The Flyers Blue, across the season, not just in the regular but also in the finals, they've been a team that when the game is in the balance, they can get goals easily on the burst due to their speed in offence. Hence their positive goal difference of 55 in the regular season and over 100 goals this season. You don't see that these days.
Well, there's a lot of talent in that team, Paul. That's the bottom line. There's so much experience, and there's young guys coming up, and then there's down from Ben Bro down. I mean, you know what I mean, he's a National Hockey League draft pick, and so there's a lot of talent there for teams to try and counter.
And with the national season, of course, cancelled due to COVID this year, it's an opportunity for all the local leagues, not just here in WA, to shine and hopefully get a spot when the National League eventually does return, hopefully in 2021. What talent have you seen across the IHWA Premier League teams that you reckon is worthy of a shot on the national stage?
There's been a couple of kids that I haven't seen much of before that I've seen this year, and I've gone, you know, I've been pretty impressed with. I won't name names, but you know, there's been a few. One of them's playing out there tonight for the Flyers Blue, so hopefully they can grow a little bit. They need a little bit of size for the National League because it is a big step up from this. But I know there's a few kids going well. Luke Worthington, I see, has got his favourite buzzer there.
He's got the goal.
Apparently his dream was to set the buzzer off. He was telling me earlier.
It was his lifelong dream, we were told during the break. Yeah, he wanted to control the goal horn, and he's been doing that. I thought it was somebody else, but as it turns out, it's Mr. Worthington himself
yet, Luke,
controlling the goal horn. But now we're going to take our next break, but when we do come back, we'll have all the third period action. Thanks to Chris Katsopoulos there for his analysis. We'll get him back on after the game to discuss the game and what have been the key moments so far. But it is an intermission. We're going to head into the third period after the break, where it is the Flyers Blue leading 5-2 in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Grand Final series, thanks to CD Dodd and Champions Auto Glass.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Commodore, Mustang, Camaro, Tickford, V8 supercharged, diesel. We don't care what it is, we just make them better. Visit formulatech.com.au.
Welcome back to the Perth Ice Arena. We're just about to get the third and final period underway in just a matter of minutes. It is the Flyers Blue leading 5-2 over the Blackhawks in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Grand Final series. Of course, Paul McCann, the president of IHWA, just going past our commentary position. He's done a great job in getting a competition underway along with his team when it looked as though we weren't going to have a season at all due to the COVID-19 crisis. But everyone around WA, Luke, and of course in the IHWA have done so well to get a season underway. Yeah. And what an atmosphere too at the PIA here on a Friday night for a bit of grand final action too. And it's the people of WA that everyone should be thanking, and as well as our politicians, in getting the virus under control and getting some live and local sport underway once again.
Absolutely. It's been such a great season, and it's been a long season as well. And so all the players and us, we're being rewarded with some fantastic hockey to end this fantastic season. And the result not going the way the Blackhawks would want it to, as we can see them up on the screen. There's the captain, Tom McCarlick, giving the boys a quick briefing.
Well, they need a little bit of firing up here because that first two periods seemed pretty lean, because usually they are a good team in attack. But as Chris mentioned during the breaks, not a lot of support that has been given to Woodman and Gould when they're breaking away from defence into attack, as they've been heavily relied upon to be those scoring weapons when the puck is in their control on the attacking slot. And that's been their only chink in their armour, despite having an impressive amount of depth.
Exactly, Paul. And what the Blackhawks do incredibly well is play defence as a team and clog up the neutral zone as a team. They forecheck, probably not as heavy as you would like them to, given the way that they play across off the puck across other areas. But when it comes to attack, there's just a lot to be desired, especially compared to these top-tier teams, Flyers Orange, Flyers Blue, and the Blackhawks. I mean, the Blackhawks probably have are lacking the most on the offensive end out of those three teams, but defensively they're showing that they're pretty much as good as it gets. Holding Flyers Blue off the way that they have has been incredibly impressive. Flyers Blue have really had to find another gear to get into the position that they're in now, and Ben Bro said that it required a bit of character to get back into this one, as you heard.
Yeah,
earlier.
Absolutely. It was a good job from you to go into the outer and get Ben Brote for a bit of an intermission interview there, because he provided a point, and as you mentioned as well, there's got to be a lot of character in this grand final series. You've really got to shine on the big stage, because that's where the key moments are going to be made in these games, and it's a best-of-3 series, and it's often the first game that really makes such a big difference in the context of this series. And with the Flyers Blue, if they keep going the way they are at the moment, it may prove difficult for the Blackhawks to try and fight back in the remaining 2 games they are all required over at Coburn, which has been their home and where they've played all season until tonight. So they'll have that advantage if they lose this one, but there's still 15 minutes of action still to go. And you wouldn't count out the Blackhawks just yet after that late breakaway goal from Woodman, which was absolutely terrific. Goal of the night, without a shadow of a doubt. Set up well by Minson, just flicking that one out to Woodman, going on the solo breakaway and making the most of a late tip-in. So they've got to have plays like those in order to spur them on for that third and final period, as the teams come back onto the rink for the start of the third and final period. 15 minutes each period with stop time as well. No continuous time in the first and second periods, as we saw in the regular season of games. Where do you stand on this one? Do you still stand with the Flyers Blue? Do you reckon they'll press on in victory, or will the Blackhawks maybe make some sort of a miracle out of this? Because when the Blackhawks are well behind, they sometimes can produce a comeback, because against the Flyers Orange earlier this season, they came from 4-2 down and they were able to tie the game. Can they do it this time, especially since it's a grand final and the stakes are very high in a best-of-3 series?
Look, I mean, this is why they play the games, Paul, but I think that the Flyers Blue have all but locked this one up. I mean, when I was talking to Ben Bro, as the people at home would have heard in that interview, he basically said that they don't need to score any more goals. That's basically the plan. They need to just lock the Blackhawks down, and really, the Blackhawks in this game have had 2 key offensive weapons. It's a lot easier to take out 2 key offensive weapons than 6.
It's easy to say to take out those 2 offensive weapons, because if you switch off the gas, the Blackhawks could just come back and suddenly snatch it at the 11th hour. We saw that against the Flyers Orange in the regular season, where they came from 4-2 down to tie the game. So anything's possible. I'm still backing the Flyers Blue in. Maybe at least 1 goal will further cement this one beyond doubt, despite that big burst of 4 goals. We're just about to get the puck to drop in this third period underway. 15 minutes each period during finals, and if it is a tie, we do go into overtime. Unlike the regular season, where if it was a tie, both the teams would be awarded 1 point. Here we go. The Blues win out again. Kairos works it back out there to Kudla. Looking for the threading pass towards the attacking zone. Good intercept by Langle. Langle at the bottom of the slot. He goes for the shot. And it was hung on to brilliantly there by Minson, who's made a couple of great saves on the low slot position. And the Flyers Blue and Blackhawks will reset momentarily, as we will have a face-off on the inner wing of the Flyers Blue attacking zone. And they'll be looking for that one last goal to tie up the game. There was some interference in the meantime, and the Blackhawks will lose one right away. It's going to be Minson, yes. Minson will have that trip to the Champions Auto Glass penalty box for a power play for hooking.
Yeah.
So a hooking call going against Casey Minson, and it'll be 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. The Blackhawks eager to kill off this penalty. And they haven't converted 1 or 5 penalties themselves. Kairos shot off the slot. Goes wide to the left. And now Cox, manning it from behind the goal line, under pressure there from Woodman. He hasn't received a lot of forward support tonight. As we mentioned, Woodman and Gould have been the only weapons up forward in order to provide any opportunities in front of goals. Kairos receives the turnover towards Campbell, and now Langle scrambling for it at the bottom of the line. Well defended by Woodman. And again, it's on the outer wing. Controlled by Campbell only momentarily, because here comes Hammond, combining brilliantly there with Woodman. Again, that support on the forward zone is limited. Woodman being forced to man it back towards that defensive zone. And now they'll just man it steadily from behind the goal line. Goulds, ambitious hoist towards the attacking zone. Well controlled there by Campbell. Looking for the cross ice pass behind the goal line towards Kudla. That's where he goes. Good chain of passes setting the Flyers Blue up. Kairos, well rebounded, back towards his stick. Pass out towards Jeffries, looking for the shot on the low slot, misses. Davidson just slaps that one behind the goal line. And Lamb, looking for cross ice, back to Kairos this time. And Kairos just from behind the goal line now will look to rebound. Kairos this time. Pass centre ice. Nice backhander towards Brote. He was going to be key. He goes towards the slot. He shoots, and Brote gets another one. Ben Brote gets his second. A great solo breakaway from Brote. No forechecking at all from the Blackhawks. And Brote's goal, you could say, Luke Worthington signed, sealed and delivered. A 1-0 scoreline could be in their favour in just minutes from now.
And outstanding there by Bro. That's exactly what he's put on this team for. To come up in clutch moments like that. That's his 5th point tonight out of the 6 goals that the Blackhawks have scored. 2 goals and 3 assists in this one tonight.
You have to say that the task is now out of the question for the Blackhawks. 6-2, only 13 minutes left. The Flyers Blue on the way.
So the face-off's won back by Blue. Let's see what they can do here. 13 minutes left. If they hold on to this 4-goal lead, the Blackhawks are going to have to beat the best team, probably one of the best teams in the history of this league, twice in a row on a doubleheader next weekend. So let's see what Flyers Blue do here as Jiric enters the zone, and he just got tripped up there by Neal. And the Blackhawks' woes continue. Neal will be visiting the champion Autoglass penalty box.
Well, if you want to sum up this game for both sides, the Flyers Blue, they've just had more of that puck in their attacking zone than they've been able to present more traffic on the slot. The Blackhawks, they've impacted the attacking zone, but their reward has been limited largely due to the lack of presence inside that traffic.
So Jeffries, he's ready to take the face-off against Goulds. Face-off's one back for Blue. Control top of the blue line, it's Kudla. Kudla, cross-ice pass, shooting was Jiric. Sprawling save by Minson. Still trying to keep this Blackhawks team in the game is Minson, and what a save by the Blackhawks netminder. Kudla's coming back the other way now. And Flyers Blue getting a little too excited. They just jumped offside.
Yeah, good call there by the referee. They've been spot on. They've been picking their calls correctly, as they have done across the season. So shout out to all of those that have been positioned as referees and linesmen throughout this match, and the season for that matter too.
And there's been a lot of calls tonight. And it hasn't impacted the flow of the game too much, mainly given put down to Flyers Blues performance as a shot gets wired in from Paul Graham. Controlled top of the blue line, pushed on to McCann's net. Kudla going hard into the boards with Goulds. Jeffries is there too. Kudla giving Goulds a big shove in the corner. One of the last people you'd want to be stapled to the boards by in this league is David Kudla, as Woodman controls the puck slowly behind the net. Woodman stopping and circling around. Langell, the supporting man on the forecheck for Flyers Blue. And they dump it way out of trouble. There was no way to exit the zone there for the Blackhawks. And a good play there. Puck goes over the boards and out of play. The puck went over the bench, but really good positional play here by Flyers Blue. They had the one man in down low on the forecheck, and then the 2 trailing men behind him, preventing the breakout. So let's see what they can do here now, the Blackhawks, with an offensive zone draw. A goal would be good for their momentum in the series. Despite the scoreline, there's still at least one more game to be played. Now Kairos, he's going to work it down the right-hand side. dumping it in and around. Almost found by Wilson, controlled by Woodman.
Dare I say it, I'd pull McCann out for a moment.
Maybe, yeah. As the puck gets pushed in, down low, Kairos. Working it around Andrew Cox now with the puck. Cycling it around Cox and Kairos. Top of the blue line to Lamb. Shooting, tipped in front, went high over the net. Now down low, Woodman controlling the puck. What can he do here, Jamie Woodman? Working it through neutral ice. Blue clogging up the neutral zone well, and the Blackhawks had nowhere to go. Pass goes to Cuthbert. They jumped offside. 10:38 left in this third period.
6-2 the scoreline, all thanks to CD Dot and, of course, Champions Auto Glass. A couple of deliberating going on between the players and also the referees over that call. So in centre ice, we'll have this draw. Going to be Gould and Jeffries. Jeffries wins out. He goes out back to Campbell. Looking for the long shot outside the line. Very ambitious. Kudla backhand it to his advantage despite being forechecked. Kudla shoots. Ricocheted off the pole and goes into the net above. And there'll be a repeat in proceedings at this face-off inside the attacking zone for the Flyers Blue. And what will the Flyers Blue do when they're setting up from this face-off? They're going to go back and check out that hit towards the net. And now they'll go to this face-off. Puck draws. There's some obstruction going on there in the face-off, and we'll have a repeat in proceedings. Flyers Blue have got two behind, Nurich and Kudla. Jeffries goes to Nurich. Wrist shot from the high point. Just missing the goals there. A little bit of jostling going on for the puck there between a Blackhawk and a Blue. And it's Kudla who wins out. Tipping in towards the advantage of Jeffries. Jeffries goes back to Kudla, shoots and scores. Kudla gets his first. And the Blues putting more pain on the scoreboard on the Blackhawks. They know that the victory's there, but they just want to add more killer blows in this game. Simply amazing stuff from the Flyers Blue. And Kudla getting another good goal off the tip-in, making his opportunity count as we see on the replay, Luke Worthington.
Absolutely brilliant play here by Flyers Blue. They control the puck in the offensive zone. Way too easy there for Kudla, getting the rebound in open space down in the low slot. Manages to rip it in on the wrist shot. He'd come in down low from the blue line to be in that spot, and not much coverage there from the Blackhawks. And that's where he manages to rip it in.
And that's where they were starting to lack in that passage there. They're needing to cover all areas of the slot in order to prevent an easy Flyers Blue opportunity, and that's what they haven't done all throughout the night. And they're just continuing on this burst of goals.
Now Kairos working it in through the middle. Push it up for Wilson. Now to Cox. What can they do here? Can they get another one before this game ends? Cox hacking at it in front. Kairos nearly had it. Turned over now. Trying to move it out of trouble, the Blackhawks. Here they come the other way. Controlling the puck, McCarlick. His shot, it went wide. Now down low, Goulds. Whipping it around. Woodman controlling it. Kairos behind him. Wilson there to pressure him from Flyers Blue. Shot fired. Glove down by McCann. Tipped the glove. Went down low. Now Kairos right up the other end. Worked his way through. No call there on the missed hit.
That was a charge. Clear.
And now Kairos controlling the puck. Trying to push it in front of the net, but there was no one home. McCarlick working it out of trouble for the Blackhawks as Langell pushes it across for Kudla. He's going to work his way through the middle. Not much there for the Blackhawks, but Kudla gets pushed out wide by Woodman. Just blew a tyre in the corner. Now here comes Jamie Woodman the other way. Pace of attack slowing down slightly for the Blackhawks. He pushes that one on to McCann's net. It was glove down, possibly Davidson, the intended receiver of that pass. So the pace of offense slowing down slightly for the Blackhawks. We just got to play this one out, I think, is what they're saying.
You'd mentioned pace in the offense. The Flyers Blue are just continuing that. They're not letting up in their pace on the offensive zone. When they've got the puck going their way, they just keep the speed going. And
that is one thing that Flyers Blue absolutely love doing, which is kind of frowned upon stupidly in the wider hockey world. Running up the score is what they call it. Flyers Blue will score and score and score.
I mean, hence what we mentioned the bursts that they go on in any one period. It's that burst hanging on that scoreboard, impacting the scoreboard so frequently.
And a lot of games that I've seen them play, they'll score 4 goals in the last 5 minutes of a 9-0 game. So they're a team that shows no mercy.
So here we go.
Play continues. Paul.
Davidson this time. Shot towards the crease there. Well hung on to by McCann, who just flicks that one out wide and allows the Flyers blue to recover from defence. Wilson passing out wide. That's a good pass out wide towards Nurich. On the edge of the wing, goes for the shot, ambitious. Well wide of the goals. Wilson with the wheel. Riding the frontal check there of Neal, who's been quiet. Jeffries goes out wide to Broad, shoots from the edge of the line there. Ambitious shot. Wide of the goals again, and now finding Lamb. Lamb goes for the backhand flick to Wilson. Beautiful pass by Wilson to the advantage of Jeffries. Jeffries on the edge of the wing, centering pass out to Broad. Goes towards Kairos. Couldn't get all of it
just
in that slap
on
shot.
The one-timer.
Yeah, almost blew a tyre himself there, but was able to keep the puck on the offensive zone momentarily. But the Blackhawks are on the breakaway. Good pass there by Forrest Mills. Out towards Sack, but he couldn't control it. Now Graham. Graham heavily pressured by two Blues. The puck not going anywhere further for a moment, but Kairos able to recover. Finds Cox. Cox on the solo breakaway, looking for Nurich. From behind, and Kairos is also out back. He gets it from behind the goal line. Looking for a cross-ice pass towards the centre. He likes to go for the shot himself. And is well wide of the goals. This time Kudla. Kudla looking for another one himself. And again, the traffic of the Blackhawks proving a little too strong in that passage. Kudla recovers though. He's looking at the moment for a cross-ice pass towards Cox. Blocked off by Goulds. Again, when they're going forward, where's the support? Gould shoots and easily saved by McCann. That was saved every day of the week. And they will freeze the puck again for another face-off. Again, look, like we mentioned, when the Blackhawks are going on the breakaway towards their attack, they don't get a lot of support. They're relying on Goulds and Woodman just a little too much. It's their only chink in their armour.
I don't know if it's confidence in the other players getting forward and supporting the rush, but it's just not a part of their game that they really have the Blackhawks depth scoring.
I think it's something that Felicity Svensson would need to address ahead of the second game on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely, as play continues. Pushed up the right-hand side. Hammond tried to control it. Gets pushed down into the corner. Kairos pushed it across. Cox was on the doorstep. Now behind the net. Play will be slowed down by Woodman. Just over 6 minutes left in Game 1 of the IHWA Premier League Grand Final. Shot fired in by Woodman. Not known for his shot, Woodman. Patted away by McCann. Worked out of trouble now by Bro. He exits the defensive zone. Pushed across for Kairos. Dangling around Hammond. Through the middle to Bro. Nearly found him. It was stopped up by Woodman, who's going to control the puck and try and come right back the other way. Jamie Woodman dancing around Bro now. He shoots it. It was tipped off Campbell's stick. Into the corner is Yirich. Almost pushed away by Neal. Now trying to control it again, Neal. Puck gets pushed in the direction of Cuthbert. Trying to control it and push it in was Davidson. But Flyers Blue are going to turn the puck right back over. Coming back the other way up the right-hand side, Yirich. He pushed it forward to Wilson, skating onto it down low. Collision in the corner with Shade. Wilson, the former Perth Thunder captain, still trying to control the puck. Shot fired in front. Sprawling save by Minson.
Again, very well done there by Minson. As we mentioned, he's always willing to take those risks in those passages when the Flyers Blue are able to get traffic deep into that forward slot. And Minson not just standing up with the gloves, but also on his knees from the pads too. He's very versatile net tender, so to speak. He
is a very versatile netminder, and you'll find a lot of netminders kind of default into the butterfly position. He is a stand-up goalie. A hybrid goalie, I guess, as the shot gets fired in. And there's Minson in the butterfly, proving he can do both as the shot gets fired in by Yirich. Really versatile goalie. And you see a few of those guys around the West Australian Premier League. Tatungus included, Todd McLeod, Minson. All these are kind of unorthodox goalies who just have incredible reflexes and athletic ability. Play continues. Yirich pushing it in front of the net. Now Kudla at the top of the blue line, working it out wide. The puck trickles down low. Backhanded around by Bro. Finds his preferred teammate in Jeffries. Back to Bro, shooting. Thought it might have been saved by Minson. Went back behind the net for Kudla. Skated onto now by Minson again. Pushed up ice. Kudla's going to skate onto that one. McCarlick pressuring him. Thought it might have been a hook. No call. Kudla working it out of trouble. Getting hacked at by McCarlick. In front and a save by McCann. Zane Neal with the puck on the doorstep.
The Blues got very lucky there indeed. They almost squandered it, allowing Graham and Neal to combine for what would have been an easy goal, but McCann was able to get himself into that position and make the save. What a game he's played too.
Absolutely, and McCann, an underrated performer tonight on this Flyers Blue team. I mean, when every single skater in your lineup is playing at least, I guess, a 7 out of 10 or above if you were to rate every single one of them. It's hard for the goalie to get some recognition when your team scored 7 goals. Only allowed in 2, but he's probably made about 15 saves. Coming back the other way now, Kairos shooting in front, and they score again. Flyers Blue leading this one 8-2, doing what they do best and scoring late in the third period. Geordie Kairos just running up his points tally, possibly the highest scorer on the season in this league.
Let's take a look at the replay here again. If you look at Kairos, his breakaway towards the slot, not a lot of forward checking going on inside that low slot, which is pretty ordinary defence from the Blackhawks, and that just allowed Kairos to make most of the empty space and tip in that easy goal. So again, Kairos proving a reliable weapon on the offensive end.
Absolutely, Paul. As play continuing now, Andrew Cox in the middle, dumping the puck in down low, skated onto by Woodman, pressuring him heavily. He managed to turn over the puck. Let's see if the Blackhawks can get a bit of momentum the other way. He has an option in Goulds, but it was turned over to Jamie Campbell. Now coming back the other way, it's Kairos, pressured by Cuthbert. Kairos skating in behind the net. Shook off Cuthbert well. Puck skated onto by Hammond. Just down low in the commentary blind spot. Puck gets squirted out to the middle. Pushed across again for Cuthbert. He'll control it through the middle. Hammond, Goulds cross ice to McCarlick in front. Stick chopped at by Jeffries and a save with the glove by McCann.
That was another easy chance for the Blackhawks because Goulds went for the cross-out pass out to his teammate in Cuthbert, who was the only Blackhawk virtually in that low slot. They just couldn't convert off the chance. Pretty much sums up their night.
And yeah, just depth scoring really for the Blackhawks here tonight has been their downfall.
Off the face-off, Jeffries goes out the back to Kudla. What a great pass to Kudla, out to Broad. He breaks away, he's on the low tip and shoots, and did he get it? No, brilliantly saved. Liam Minson on the last moment. We thought he had it in for a moment there, but Minson down on his knees off the pads making the save. Magnificent stuff, Liam Minson. Played virtually a lone hand this evening. Blackhawks now have an opportunity on attack. It's a 2-on-1. Goulds up against Nurich. Being supported there by McCarlick. McCarlick pinning Nurich to the boards. But the Blues are able to recover. They've got more numbers from centre ice here. Jeffries in attack. Goes out to Kudla. Pass out to Broad. Broad shoots with the tip in. And Broad gets another one. That's a hat-trick. Broad has 3 for the game. Somebody get the rug and roll that guy around. He is on fire tonight. You spoke to him at the end of the second period, Luke Worthington, and you say that he wanted to play with a little bit more character, and so did the team. Well, this is first-hand experience, as we haven't seen enough of it already.
And that's 6 points tonight out of the 9 for Ben Bro. Just a phenomenal performance by him, by Kairos, Jeffries, Cox, the main offensive weapons for this team, and really the main offensive weapons for the Perth Thunder. Ben Bro, he's moving into the head coaching role next season. It was meant to be this season, had it gone ahead, but I mean, really, this was a team that the Perth Thunder that had these 4 guys be key contributors to them making it into a good All-Cup final, and here they are on the biggest stage of our WA ice hockey doing their job.
And it's a bit of a blessing in disguise, you know, considering this the AIHL season got cancelled because they were able to go back, play for their state, and get a little bit of match preparation should the season go ahead next year, which, fingers crossed, we hope it does. And again, as you mentioned, Broat, and also a couple of those others, Wilson in particular, he's going to get some good experience from this. Samuel Wilson, the number 41. He scored 2. Broad has scored 3, the best of them. and singulars to Nurich, Kairos, Langle, and David Kudler as an icing is called there. And that'll mean the puck is going to go back to the Flyers blue attacking zone. Maybe time for some more, perhaps, would you reckon?
I think
but no, it's a penalty. Penalty for, what I believe may be a slash, I reckon, for both players of each team.
So he has given one each.
Champions Auto Glass power play. And it looks as though that's Langle, we reckon. Langle and McCarlick for the respective teams. So they'll spend 2 minutes in the penalty box each, so it'll be 4-on-4 action inside the attacking zone for the Blackhawks, for the Flyers blue. So from the face-off, Cox, well, he looked to go for the goal himself. He covered some empty space. Kairos, slap shot from the high point. And with the skates there, one of the Blackhawks defenders tries a little bit of football maybe. That could be a secondary sport for the winter. But Kairos, off the turnover, trying to go for the tip-in inside the crease, but well saved there by Minson. Blackhawks on the breakaway now. Goulds is going to be looking for Cuthbert. Goulds makes the shot off the point. It was high. But McCann making the save to his left. What a game he's played as well tonight.
Underrated performer, like I mentioned before, but it is easy to be an underrated performer when you've got four of the best forwards in Australia, pretty much, on this Flyers blue team.
We're inside the last 90 seconds of this match. It's going to be an easy victory for the Flyers blue, and they'll go on to a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series, which means the Blackhawks will have to win Game 2, and they've got the advantage since it will be in Coburn. That second game, which is next Friday night in 7 days' time. And if they win that one, we'll go to a third and deciding game in Coburn to determine the champions. But the Flyers blue at the moment, they look that they could sweep this thing quite easily with the way they're going at the moment. Can they score a 10th for this match? Kudler on the breakaway. No forechecking going on. Kudler shoots. Ricocheted off a couple of Blackhawks defenders, but the Blues recover. Wilson on the outer wing. Kudler looking to go for the cross-ice pass. Nurich is an option, but Wilson from the high point, trying to hoist that puck away. It's ricocheted off Cuthbert. Cuthbert on the breakaway. Couldn't control it with the stick. Centering cross-ice pass to Goulds. Combining there with Graham, and they couldn't get it in from point-blank range.
Oh, no.
Pretty much sums up the night, to be fair.
It was a hard play to make, but yeah, not one that you want to be making on the big stage in the grand final. It at least would have been a good bit of momentum. 30 seconds left in this one, and if I know anything about Flyers blue, they'll still be thinking about that 10th goal. But the Blackhawks just going to slow things down here, and another standout performance by the best team in this league as Woodman pushes it in on McCann's net, a pad save, and 10 seconds are left.
Kairos will control it from the defensive zone. Maybe one more chance. Kairos, he's on the breakaway. He's going like a Mercedes F1 car. Goulds, good God almighty, flatten Minson like a bag of spuds as the buzzer will go. The Flyers blue just too good at the end of the day. They scored another 4 goals and held the Blackhawks scoreless in that third period, and they win 9-2, and it was a dominant win too. They just carried on that momentum that they had from the second period, and they take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 grand final series, and the Blackhawks' hopes now, Luke Worthington, all right on Game 2 in 7 days over in Coburn.
And they're going to be faced with the toughest task that any team has been faced with in this league. Beat Flyers blue twice in a row. You have to do it, or you will be runners-up. Very interesting to see both teams shaking hands after Game 1. Not usually the tradition in hockey, but a lot of good friends.
Yeah, they certainly
both
are.
Of these teams.
Absolutely, for both these teams. And if you were to sum it up for the Flyers blue, you'd really say it was a game that they really wanted to prove that they are the top team in the competition, and that's exactly what they did. They had more weapons in support in attack. They had greater traffic on the low slot, and they were able to get more goals on the board in every period. They were able to, as you say, impact the scoreboard. They scored 4 and 4 in periods 2 and 3 and 1 in the first, making it 9 goals to 2 in that game. The Blackhawks, they just couldn't get any momentum their way.
And there was almost nothing more Flyers blue could have done to prove that they're the best local team in the state. They came back from 1-0 down. They were trailing at a point in this game, and they managed to come down in the face of adversity, get back. They beat this team that has been a strong contender all season, 9-2. So a really solid job by Flyers Blue, and let's see what they can do next Friday night. I see them closing it out quite easily.
Yeah,
after
same.
This one.
The dominance is just too strong at the moment for the Flyers Blue, but don't write off the Blackhawks completely yet. They'll be advantaged by their games over in Coburn, because they played all their games in Coburn this season, and they only lost 5 of them this season out of all the 15 games. This is a completely different scenario. It's finals. It's all or nothing now in 7 days. So the goal scorers in that game, just before we wrap up the Blackhawks, only 2 of them from Woodman and Caden Goulds. But for the Flyers Blue, Nurich, Kairos and Langdell and Kudla each scored 1. And Wilson scored 2, and a hat-trick for Ben Brote, a key weapon for the Flyers Blue as he has been across the season. Luke, magnificent job from you, mate. We'll give you a spell. We're going to go back to Chris once again just for about a minute for his analysis of the game. How would you sum it up, Chris? Dominant display by the Flyers Blue. They just kept on going after the intermission.
Yeah, it was that injury room, those 4 players, the injury room we spoke about before, Kudla, Jeffries, Cox and Kairos. They just controlled the game. I mean, you've got the flash of Ben Bro and all the other guys all contribute, but it's those 4 guys are the heart and soul of that team. And I think between them, I was just thinking before, I think they've got nearly 600 National League games in amongst them. They've all represented Australia. It's just something that they're strong. I mean, you saw David couldn't just literally throw a guy here like he was nothing earlier in the game. I mean, it's just, there's not much really, unless the Blackhawks can find some forwards.
Well, how can they?
How
can they? That's the question, because they've only got 2 key forward weapons in Goulds and Woodman. What will they have to do? Because they'll be riding on that home rink advantage in Coburn in 7 days to try and level up the series.
Well, I don't know if it's an advantage. It's going to give the Blues more space to do their thing, because it's a bit of a wider rink than this one. So it's a good point, and the ice is faster. So I don't think it's that much of an advantage, apart from travel time.
Well, that's a fair point you do make. Travel time may be the only vice in the Blackhawks' favour, but what a great performance it was from the Flyers Blue. Just before we wrap things up, we'll have hopefully one more interview in that. But for the Blackhawks, we mentioned earlier in the game that Woodman and Goulds were the only ones, but if you look at the best 3 players in the Blackhawks side, you have to give Liam Minson some credit in that game as well. He made some great saves.
He did really well. I mean, he got left out. He got hung out to dry a few times tonight, so he got no problems with Liam Minson. He played a good game. His brother Casey played quite well, and of course you got the Goulds and Woodman always contribute and play quite well. But other than that, their forwards really need to step up. So I don't know really what they can do. They got one of their best forwards is out with the ACL with Jason McMahon. I was just talking to him earlier, and I don't know where Tommy Sack was.
Now we're going to go to the outer. No, not going to the outer, unfortunately, with Luke Worthington, because we had him with Andrew Cox, but unfortunately that is not the case. We're going to wrap it up here at the Perth Ice Arena on what has been a balmy night on this Friday night, where it was the Flyers Blue ruthless in all 3 periods. They won 9-2 over the Blackhawks, and that sets them up possibly to sweep the series in 7 days over in Coburn. But anything is possible in ice hockey finals. The Blackhawks will be doing everything they can to level up the series at their home rink. On behalf of Luke and also Chris Kostopoulos, assistant coach of the Perth Thunder, thanks to Ryan, Matt, Chris, Bailey, Ross and all our cameramen and our crew over at FRS, and also DRN1 for taking our games. It's Paul Persick wishing you a very good evening from the Perth Ice Arena. We'll see you in 7 days in Coburn.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times It's a great place to keep cool.
Commodore, Mustang, Camaro, Tickford, V8 supercharged, diesel. We don't care what it is, we just make them better. Visit formulatech.com.au.